Alright, greetings and salutations. My name is Comic Fire, and welcome back for more Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. In the last episode, we started the Haunted Mansion. And in this episode, we're going to continue it. Memories, probably.
I believe that memories are just floating there.
Yeah.
The fun times, the sad times.
Aww.
What did the boy see at the Sea of Recollection? The key to
Seashells.
that answer is, perhaps it is you. Now, let us begin. It is the start of Wind of Recollection. The sound.
Yeah, same bullshit you said last time. Mirror getting bigger.
Return power to that mirror.
Let me at 'em, boys. Now, the Wind of Recollection is a lot less of they've still got your standard warp points, but it's not like, it opened 4,000 fucking different doors at once, you know? Still not my fan. Like, I'm not a particular fan of this dungeon, but it's got treasure. We got a chakra pot, not bad. But I feel like this one and the last one are a lot easier to get through, because the first one you have to go through absolutely all of it, but there's so much of this place that you can accidentally stumble upon the right answer, or if you know what to do, it's like only a couple steps to figure it out. And again, this is me looking at the guide trying to figure out exactly what it was trying to convey, because there's no more pictures anymore, so looking for treasure, looking for goods, looking for the way out. And getting warped here, because that's not fucking annoying as hell. But every time you get warped down to the basement, it puts you in the exact same place as always. It only takes, like, from the warp, it takes like 25 to 30 seconds to get back to where you are, but that's still half a minute
Sister,
of...
If we stay here, no one will be able to find us, right?
That's right. If you just stay here, you never have to go to school or the dentist. This will be our little secret, okay? No telling even Mom or Dad.
I don't know, that part just creeps me out. Like, it gives me, like... It's ultimately kind of just an innocent thing, but... I guess, but... I don't know, like, that one gave me such, like, creepy, like, incestual vibes. Like, that there was, like, a lot, like, a sisterly abuse going on here. Like, everything about this dungeon creeps me way the hell out in that regard. But hey, that's what SMT is supposed to do, make you a little uncomfortable.
I have been waiting for you.
See, much
This
quicker.
is the corridor that leads to the room where you can touch the heart of the boy.
The heart.
The rest is... pardon me, sir. Please confirm it for yourself. The sound
What even is intonation?
well.
It's kind of annoying how you can get into random encounters right there. I don't know if you can right here, because again, this is like the same sort of thing, like a symmetrical room. And I think I showed off, no, I did show off all the treasure, so just shoot right to the end if you don't want anything more than that.
You can't come in here. This is a secret base for me and Big Sister.
What should we do? We need to bring him back.
Huh? What's wrong? Are you taking me away? I don't want to go. I don't want to leave here.
Yeah, just leave him, whatever.
Good. You're not going to do anything to me? It's an airsoft gun my dad bought me. It even fires real pellets. Let's see. How do I make it work?
Ah, there you are, Shingo. Huh? You people again? Shingo, you're not supposed to let strangers in here. Now let's go.
Yeah, it all just feels really, like it's ultimately, like it's... Is it supposed to just be like a sister just overly doting? It feels a lot worse than that in some regards. I thought I might have had some better gear, because I've been getting hit really hard, but nope, I'm just getting hit really hard, I am. It's not like I'm too bulky.
Welcome to the room of memories. Do you reminisce about your younger days sometime?
Frequently.
Good memories, bad memories. They are all memories. What
Yeah.
memory did the young boy recall? The key to that answer is perhaps it is you. Now, let us begin. It is the start of young memories.
Yeah, we don't need to hear all that again. Let's just shoot on through. So, you know, again, same standard thing. There's a little bit of treasure, there's a lot of warp rooms, and you can very easily get to the end quickly if you know what to do or just happen to accidentally stumble upon it.
Shingo, it's time to sleep. Go to bed.
I'm scared, sister. There's monsters outside, aren't there? Look, something just moved outside the window.
If you're not a good boy, a monster really will come out. Now let's go to sleep.
I don't know why, that bums me out so much. But it is kind of like the Lost Woods in Ocarina of Time. If you're hearing those voice clips, you're on the right track. It's not as obvious as Ocarina of Time is going to be with it, but much better to have a vague idea of where you're going instead of having absolutely no idea where you're going and just stumbling along. And Estoma definitely helps here too, because there are better places to level up. Because the boss isn't too hard and gives enough EXP where it's gonna level you up pretty fine. Well, my Young Memories kind of gives me a Fallout Boy vibe. It's all the young. They're very, Fallout Boy is very entranced with the idea of being young. Young and Menace, which isn't even a real... God, I like Fall Out Boy a lot. Young and Menace was so goddamn bad I did not pay attention to whatever their new album is called. Which is a shame, because I really liked American Beauty, American Psycho. Thought it was very good. I listened to it a lot when it first came out. And we get 1,500 magnetite. So yeah, it came out like in the beginning of January 2015, and by that point I had to do a lot of driving to get to like a distant campus that was still part of my community college's banner. It was just an hour away, so I would just constantly listen to that on the way there and on the way to work. And it was nice. I like that album a lot. A little hard to go back to now because I listened to it so much that, you know, like you listen to a song so much you'll get sick of it. That's kind of how I feel with the whole album, but it was worth it.
I've been waiting for you. The rest, the sound.
Yeah, same bullshit we've always heard. Let me just see what these young memories are. Turn around, you big silly willy. Ooh, we got rolling out the red carpet.
I broke the doll.
Why'd you do that?
What should I do? What can I do? The blood won't stop. It keeps gushing out even when I press on it.
Blood? The doll's bleeding?
Is it the Dolly Cadmon?
To die. The doll's gonna die. It's all my fault.
This is getting crazy. We need to do something, or Six is going to...
No, I didn't break a doll. It was Big Sister.
Uh-oh.
I was playing around and I pushed and she fell down the stairs.
Oh, there's no helping you, huh? What's wrong, Shingo? That voice. It's that little girl.
Sister. Big Sister, are you there?
Are you surprised? I'm here because I made you a promise. I promised you that your big sister would always be by your side. Now, let's go play in the back. There are scary people here.
Like, everything about Soul Hackers just really feels... I mean, it feels like it's a theme of, like, what I imagine, like, 90s cyberpunk would be. The 90s were not a good time for Japan, from what I understand. There was a recession, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was a full-blown depression, but I was pretty sure a bubble burst in the 90s, so it makes sense that... Like, no one in this game has a good life. Like, we're... I don't think we learned much about Hitomi's past. I always forget if her name is actually Hitomi. I have no idea why I can't remember what our own... What Nemesis host is actually named. So if you didn't get the, Compass Beasts... I call them the Compass Beasts. That's not even what they're called. Like the East High Hat and all that stuff. Like the Chinese compass. Like, yeah, they're basically like the 4 beasts of the compass. Like, Genbu and Byakko and, Long, or Sairyu, or however you call them. Different SMTs call them either Chinese or Japanese names, depending on the thing. Their gear is also here, if you didn't get it at, if you didn't get it at, Algonsoft's. Ooh, not bad. This is the first place I found it when I played through the game, but it is kind of nice to go through here if you didn't have it before, and having 2 sets, it's like, okay, you can sell it if you want. I'm not sure if, I don't remember if they're exclusively for Nemissa. Maybe your main character can put it on. I absolutely do not remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I really like a lot of the designs for the demons in this game, and I really wish, I wish they were used more. Like, as much as I love SMT4 and Apocalypse, I did not agree with every demon design decision that was made. Like, I think we can all have a good giggle about fucking Medusa in 4. When I say Apocalypse fixed it, I don't just mean they made the boobs more seeable. I mean that Doi actually made it look like an actual design instead of the first drafts of a sketch. More in line with this stuff like Minotaur, you know? Of course, I also just want Kaneko back in a lot of regards, but... Fortunately, all 3 of us are immune to lights. Say, don't remember exactly what this one is. It's not power. Virtue. It's weak to gun! But that doesn't mean just make Nemissa use guns, because Zionga, or your spell, is probably going to be stronger anyway. Anyway, this floor doesn't have a piece of the equipment, but there's one more floor to go to that we can get the equipment. And this is why I didn't get the whole set, because I didn't think to experiment and look around. I'm also not going to make the same mistake I made with Omphalos. You know, we're going to actually have a full arrangement of demons before we take on the boss. This boss in particular is not scary at all, especially if you, just let Shingo be. It's obviously going to be much harder because you have to deal with 4 targets instead of just 1.
Mister, can you hear something? Hey, mister,
Ah, this mirror.
I've heard this song somewhere before. That's right. I remember. This song is the song my sister liked. I didn't forget.
Good on you. So first things first, let's get Jimenez all healed because I want my little Zoma baby to be okay. I like Nizrak, I like Shiwana, and we'll bring along Arvada because it's got a lot of good buffs. And I like buffs. Roll out the red carpet, baby, because it's random encounter time, baby. Oh, it's Human. Awesome. Oh, bye. Anyway, let's save on up, and next time we are going to be handling the boss. See you guys then!